All right, thank you guys. Welcome to our college basketball video here today for Monday, March 1st, 2021. And if you're new here, I just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my channel. My name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. And if you end up liking what you see here today, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and join the Brock Page family. I'd love to have you. And with that, we're going to dive into our first matchup here on the video, the podcast, if you will. I'm talking about the Dayton Flyers taking on the Bonnies of St. Bonaventure. 5 p.m. Eastern tip-off at the Riley Center. St. Bonaventure is minus 7.5 on their home court. Total's 132. And if you like the Flyers of Dayton to win this one outright on the road, they're plus 270 on the money line. Now, guys, we're once again coming fresh off a perfect 5-0 Sunday in our 5 premium sports picks on my Patreon website. It's also going to improve our record to 6-0 in our last 6 extra daily pick tier membership plays on that Patreon page as well. And the good news is access to my extra daily pick on Patreon is just $2.99. Now, Dayton lost 3 out of their last 4 ball games, just 3 and 5 straight up on the road this season. Dayton makes just 31% of their three-pointers when they travel, and they're giving up nearly 74 points per contest away from their home court. They're taking on a St. Bonaventure squad who's a perfect 8-0 straight up as the home team, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 ball games at any location. Now, the Bonnies are led by Kyle Lofton, who's scoring about 15 points per contest, along with 3 rebounds and 5 assists. The junior guard has also recorded 23 total steals. Meanwhile, 6'4" guard Jaron Holmes is also scoring over 14.5 points per contest himself, along with 5 boards. Holmes is making 45% of his three-pointers as well. The Bonnies are in the top 10 in the country defensively in points allowed. They're also in the top 10 in the country in defensive field goal percentage. Now, total-wise, oddly enough, the total went over in these teams' last 10 head-to-head meetings. 3 out of the Bonnies' 4 overs on the season also came at home. Meanwhile, 6 out of Dayton's last 9 games away from their home court got over the total themselves, and that actually includes a neutral site game as well. I'm going to lean toward the St. Bonaventure Bonnies, minus 7.5 in the over 132. All right, next ball game I have for you. It is going to be North Carolina, Syracuse, 9 p.m. Eastern start time in the Carrier Dome. The UNC Tar Heels are the 2-point favorite on the road here. Numbers 150.5. Now, the Tar Heels saw their most recent outing with Florida State stay under the posted number for that ball game. North Carolina is also 9-4 to the under in their 13 contests away from their home court this season. That includes a neutral site game as well. Meanwhile, Syracuse on the other side saw 3 out of their last 5 stay under the total themselves. Syracuse is officially 9-3 to the under as the official home team as well. I'm going to lean toward the under 150.5 in that ball game. All right, next matchup. It is in the Big Ten. I'm talking about Rutgers versus Nebraska. 7 p.m. Eastern tip-off in Corn Country. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights are minus 8. Totals 140.5. Now, Rutgers is coming off a real nice win against Indiana. That was an 11-point victory in that ball game. The Scarlet Knights have also won 6 out of their last 9. They went 6-3 against the number in those 9 contests. Ron Harper Jr. is averaging over 15.5 points a night, along with 6 rebounds. Meanwhile, Jacob Young's also scoring over 14 a game himself, along with 3 assists and 37 total steals on the season as well. Rutgers is allowing just 67 points per game, and they hold their opponents to just 41% shooting from the field. Meanwhile, on the Nebraska side, less than a week after dropping 41 points in a game, the Cornhuskers' leading scorer, Teddy Allen, is leaving the team. He was responsible for nearly 17 points per contest. Bad news for Husker fans. The Huskers have also lost 8 out of their last 10, and they find themselves winners in just 5 of 14 home games this year. Nebraska's averaging only 69 points a night, and they're making only 41% of their field goals. The Cornhuskers are also giving up 74 points a game as well. And when it comes to the scoring in this one, Nebraska's last 3 straight did get over the number. 5-3 to the over in their last 8. Meanwhile, Rutgers saw a contest with Indiana and Minnesota get over the posted number within the past few weeks as well. I'm going to lean toward the Rutgers Scarlet Knights -8 in the over 140.5. The next ball game should be a good one. I'm talking about Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State, 9 o'clock Eastern start time. Now, the Oklahoma Sooners are -1 on the road here with the total at 142.5. And if you like the Cowboys of Oklahoma State in an upset at home, they're +105 for some money line cash. Now, the Cowboys saw their last 2 straight ball games get over the total, 60% to the over in their last 10. Oklahoma State is currently 10-3 to the over on their home court as well. They're taking on a Sooner program who saw 3 out of their last 5 get over the line themselves. 5 out of OU's last 9 also got over the line. I'm going to lean toward the over 142.5 in that ball game. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our next and final matchup for the show. It's going to be on the West Coast. I'm talking about Arizona versus Oregon, 9 p.m. Eastern tip-off at the Knight Arena. The Oregon Ducks are -4.5 with the total at 139 and a hook. Oregon's currently on a 2-game winning streak, 7-1 straight up in their last 8. Now, the Ducks are giving up just 64 points per contest at the Knight Arena, and they're holding their opponents to just 28% shooting from beyond the arc there. Chris Duarte's scoring over 17 a night along with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Meanwhile, Eugene Amori is scoring over 16.5 points a night himself, 5 rebounds and a couple assists for the 6'6 senior. Oregon's won 9 of 11 on their home court this season. Now they're taking on an Arizona program who's just 4-6 straight up in their last 10 ball games. And they also failed to cover the point spread in 5 out of their last 9 road games. Arizona's giving up nearly 74 points per contest when they travel. And when it comes to the total in this one, 2 out of the Wildcats' last 3 ball games got over the line. 6-3 to the over as the official road team. Meanwhile, Oregon's last 2 straight got over the total themselves. 7-3 to the over in their last 10 meetings with Arizona. I'm going to lean toward the Oregon Ducks -4.5 and the over 139 and a hook. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our quick pick recap. Once again, powered to you by my Patreon website, where we went a perfect 5-0 yesterday in our 5 premium sports picks on that Patreon page. It also puts us at 6-0 in our last 6 extra daily picks on that Patreon page as well. I'm going to lean toward St. Bonaventure -7.5 over 132. I also like the under 150.5 in the North Carolina Syracuse game. Give me Rutgers -8 over 140.5. I also like the over 142.5 in the Oklahoma State contest. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the show here, one final reminder to please hit that subscribe button right now if you really ended up enjoying today's video. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the Oregon Ducks -4.5 in the over 139 and a hook. And just a quick reminder here, guys, all the content on my YouTube channel here is for entertainment purposes only. I don't make any guarantees of any kind. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into some shout-outs to our top 10 YouTube commenters over the past couple of days or so. Shout out to the Little Big People, Base the Unknown Project. Shout out to Rock Music, Suburban, Sebastian Weinberg, Connor Gleason. Shout out to Young News, Checkmate, Mopar for Life. And last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my very enthusiastic friend. I'm talking about King Jackson. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind, Mobilia, the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So today's your max value day. It's March 1st. So if you get a package here today, you're going to get access to that particular content through the end of March. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at, can I say it? Yeah, I'm going to say it, at patreon.com/BrockPage.